Welcome back to FDFC, where we're with our mates FourFourTwo and Pitts Training. Today we're going to attempt and miserably fail at defending like Chelsea. Antonio Conte's men press from the defence to the attack, and if the opposition get through Kante and Bakayoko, they're met with another press from their three centre-halves and wing-backs. FDFC training session number 2 time then. Christopher Hamill is off with a little stomach bug. Today we're working on defending. Let's get it on. What are you expecting from today, Van Straten?
Not a lot of quality, to be honest. We've got one ball at the moment. Last week McCubbin lost one, so if this goes beyond 20 minutes, I'll be impressed.
Here we go then. George Wright. Righty, what are you expecting for... Oh my God, it's not right, is it?
Righty? I reckon there's a completely different calibre.
Jalab in goal today. What are you expecting for the session, mate?
Not to concede a single goal.
Yeah, right.
We've got great examples of clubs such as Chelsea, when they, with their high intensity in terms of their backline. We're going to replicate that today. So it's about us being able to be comfortable on the ball, but also our intensity when it comes to defending. That's what we're going to see today. And in this drill, I want to see my defenders eat up ground like nothing. All right?
This drill is pretty easy to set up. You'll need a grand total of 8 players and a goalkeeper, with varying amounts of defenders and attackers for each progression. You start off with 2 lines of defenders who rush to press the 3 attackers once the ball is delivered. Communication is the key for the 2 defenders, but the attackers must also use the space created by their numerical advantage. There isn't a required number of passes before taking a shot, as if the defenders aren't pressing you enough, it means they're giving you too much space. The progression of difficulty is on screen now, so let's see how us amateurs got on with it. Hibbert gives the ball to Pat, who's immediately harried by me like a rash. He gives it back to Hibbert, but later I come in with a crunching tackle. If we rewind it though, the press did give Dave Jackson acres of space for a Pato pass, but it wouldn't have mattered as he was miles offside. Great movement, Jackson. Still a 2-defender scenario now. Serge is commanding at the back, great stuff, but Luca rolls the ball into the path of Sav, who fails to find the return pass after some great reading of the play by the nicest bloke on FD, it's James Wade. The last 3v2 now. Drinkwater rolls it to Twinkle Toes Ash, who's waiting for the runner, but if we pause it for a moment, the defensive line is all over the place. This is why communication is so important for tight-knit defences, as there's a major gap for Wayne to run into. You definitely wouldn't see Chelsea defending like that unless they're playing Roma. Ash eventually finds James, who can't finish it anyway, past the big Yeti himself, Zach Yalab.
We're looking at the defensively defending, and we're making sure that the boys get out of the blocks very, very quickly. But at the same time, we're looking at technique, imagination from the forwards to make sure we can get a goal. Right now the defenders are winning. Hey, we haven't conceded the goal yet.
Not to concede a single goal.
3 attackers versus 4 defenders now, so let's see how they cope with being overloaded. Clearly it doesn't start well for McCubbin, who gets spun like Torval and Dean at Sarajevo 84. Filthy stuff by Luca Nichols. But the defence is keeping a good line and putting the Oppo under pressure as soon as they get a touch. Let's fast forward past these terrible interchanges as Luca ends up with no passing lanes, and the 3 men pressurising him nick the ball as he tries to drive on. 4v4 now, big boy and Dorman plays out wide to Ash, and you finally get to witness some of the close control the dressing room have been raving about, and delivers a decent cross, but it's an easy claim for 90+1 fact merchant Kieran in the sticks. The last play now, still no goals scored, and with George on the ball, that's not changing anytime soon. But as he drifts forward, there's nobody closing down the space and pressing. If we pause the play, there's Akers, and one of the 2 centre-halves has to be closing him down there. But as you can see, it doesn't happen, and the Wolfhamstow Beckham has a, feeble attempt, which Zach makes a complete Meals on Wheels out of. Relax, Jalab. As a summary, the drill focuses on the communication between the backline, the decision-making of both defenders and attackers, whilst also knowing how to press with intensity. Much harder this week, defending supposedly like Chelsea, more like Wigan Athletic, and that's their push. Some standout performances, I have to say. Sam Ferry, the leading centre-back. How'd you find it, mate?
Very good, actually. Not bad. I can't complain. I mean, no goals conceded, so when I say centre-back, 1-0-1.
Alright mate, not quite that good, but it'll count, I suppose. If you want to see Morata score some worldies himself and tell you how to do it, head over to FourFourTwo's YouTube channel and watch his finishing masterclass.